I'm Patrick Bailey with iQlist.com, and this is my son,
Corbin.
And in this video, we're going to be printing out with glow-in-the-dark PLA filament. Ooh, glow-in-the-dark.
That's cool.
Okay, so I'm starting to put a little bit of a homeschool curriculum together, and so this past few weeks we've been talking about 3D printing, and so we're getting to the point where I've gotten them both Thingiverse accounts. And so they're doing that. And so one of our things was to go pick something to print and to print it out. And so Corbin happened to choose this print, which is what is this?
T-Rex skull.
A T-Rex skull.
Poly. Low poly.
Low poly. Oh, because it's like okay, I see
It's
I see. Geometrical. That's kind of cool. It happens to be thing 330888, and here's the URL for it. I was like, oh, cool, we'll print this out. And my daughter happened to choose a little puppy that we already printed out. But then once Corbin chose this, I said, well, what color do you want to print it in? Well, I want to print it in glow in the dark. Which sounds, I was like, we should make a video about that because it's really cool. Now, part of the thing is if you're starting out new, like I'm brand new, I was told not to touch glow in the dark, just to do PLA because PLA is a little simpler and easier. Even though this glow in the dark is PLA. But just to do the basic colors for PLA because glow in the dark has special material in there that will wear out your nozzle. So I didn't want to mess with that, and so I was kind of hoping that you weren't going to pick glow in the dark, but you did. So it's kind of a cool thing to do. Don't be sorry. It's kind of a cool thing to do. It forces me to make a video, so as part of that, it also forced me to go buy a new extruder. Because from what I've been told, and I'm still new to this, and maybe some of you guys know better than me, and you can tell me if I'm doing this right or wrong, but that the glow-in-the-dark stuff has extra, not corrosive, more grit to it, I guess, so it's going to wear down the nozzle faster. Now, from what I've been told, every single material in the world will wear down your nozzle. And once your nozzle opening gets bigger and bigger, you're going to have problems. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still pretty new. But apparently glow-in-the-dark will wear it out faster because it's got stuff. And so they suggest to use a hardened steel nozzle. So here's where I went and bought one on Amazon, but I made sure to get a good one because I don't want to mess with nozzles and get some cheap knockoffs for that. So I got an E3D V6 nozzle to stick on there, which should be 0.4 millimeters. So I got that ordered and we have that. So I'm going to go swap the nozzle out here in a second. And just use this nozzle just for glow in the dark. So this should be interesting. But before we get there, before we go switch the nozzle, we can go over here and actually download the things, which I think you already did, but I'll go re-download them again. So you downloaded the zip file, but I'll download the individual. Boom. Boom, there we go. Let's go show them. Let's go open up Prusa Control. And drop one of these guys in here. Boom. That looks pretty cool. It does look really cool.
It's really cool.
Now, we were debating about the size to make it because that's not too big. But do you want to make it smaller or do you want to make it that big?
Let's make it smaller, just for our first print.
So we're gonna do a 75% print like we were talking about before.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna do that. And that definitely needs support. Well, maybe in theory it could do it, but I don't want to risk it, right? I bet you that could do without supports.
Okay.
But let's not try with the glow in the dark. Let's put a brim on there and we'll do supports from the build plate. And 75% and call it good for is that the lower jaw?
Yep.
Lower jaw. Okay, let's see how long this thing's gonna take. Oh, there we go. 2 hours? Oh, that's not bad. Oh, I thought it'd be longer than that. Usually, even if we double that 5 hours, it's not too bad. Well, maybe we should try it without. If it's only going to take that long. I don't know. Nah, let's keep the supports in. Okay, let's save that G-code off. I'll just save it to the desktop for now. And then let's go back and do the top, which is a little funky oriented. But we better shrink that one down too, right? Okay. That's not going to be the best. Well,
we can flip it.
We can, but oh look, someone designed that. Look, it's got a nice flat base there.
That's points.
Yeah, let's assume they knew what they were doing. Let's leave it like that and see what happens.
Okay.
Because the other one only said 2 hours. Hopefully this one's not too long either. I just hate to. Are you generating? Generate. There we go. I forgot to push the button. What about those teeth, though? Well, those teeth might be okay. Well, it'll be an experiment, right? Because I have the supports only from the bottom. But if we mess it up, we can redo it. 5 hours? Not too bad. Let's see. See how well it does those teeth. Yeah, the teeth are at an angle though. Okay, let's try it. Okay, let's save the G-code off. I'll save the desktop for now. Okay, cool. Well, let's go swap the nozzle and we'll get this started.
I like it.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I have my new hardened nozzle. So we'll see. Yeah, it's just a steel nozzle. Now, from what I've read so far, I guess some people have asked the question, not me, but other people have asked that if the hardened steel nozzle will last longer and it's better against abrasives, why not just use these?
You just put it in your palm.
Oh.
Yeah.
And from what I've been told and seen, I guess the steel ones don't transfer heat as well. So the copper is just more ideal. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this for the glow-in-the-dark. And then once we're done with the glow-in-the-dark, I'm going to swap back to just the regular copper nozzle. So what I have to do, I'm trying to follow some of the instructions here, is I need to preheat this guy. So I need to, I guess I can go down to settings. No, I'll just go to, I'll be lazy, I'll go to preheat. I'll go to preheat PLA because this needs to be hot. So it needs to be at least 200 degrees when you're doing this. And also I need to start to remove some of these pieces so that I can more easily get to it. Let me move some of this out of the way. Oh, there we are. Get this bottom piece off. I'm going to get this fan out of the way. Before I do that, I'm going to press and hold this down and move the Z, just so I have more room to maneuver. Call that good. I'll just leave that. I'll just probably stick this right here for now because I'm not going to move it. Okay, and also, I forgot to do this. I've been using these little silicone pads. It's kind of hot now, but mostly it's the E3D silicone pad, and it's, just in case it got junky, it kind of keeps the junk off there, so it's been working okay. I don't know whether I should do it or not, but I think I'm going to unload the filament. Because I need to put the glow-in-the-dark in there anyway, right? So I'll just get that out of the way so it's not a factor. Okay, and then now I'm going to do something the correct way and not break this like I did originally with my lovely vice grips. So I actually have a giant 23mm wrench to make my life easier. You don't need one, but that's the size of this heater block down there. And then also this is my crescent wrench, and it should be, what are you, 7mm. And that's the size of the nut down here.
Oh, on the new nozzle.
On both of them, the new and old.
Got it.
So hopefully this time I'm not a doofus.
Now that's already hot, right?
Yeah, this is hot. They want you to get it hot
Because it comes off.
because it's going to come off easier. So let me make sure I have this correct. And then what I want to do is get over here and hold on to this guy. There we go. Hold on to that heater block on the side that doesn't have the thermistor. See, I
have a video showing that I destroyed my thermistor. Now, as you take this off, this is going to be hot. And plus, there's probably still some plastic in there, I guess. This is my first time doing this. So there might be some goo that comes out. We'll see. Eh?
Let's see.
Eh? Well, there's probably some still in there. Yeah, and if anyone knows if I'm doing this wrong, just, yeah, post a comment, because maybe I'm missing a step. I'd rather be told that I'm wrong and fix what I'm doing. Okay, so I got that. Oh, that's kind of deep. Ugh. Well, my nut's kind of deep here, isn't it? Dang it. I'm going to do something really stupid.
It's okay, we have it on film.
Okay. Don't do what I'm doing. I just happen to have a really deep socket, so I can't start it otherwise. So I'm just being really gentle. I don't have to get it really tight yet, but I want to start holding on to the heater block when I do. Right, come on. There we go.
How tight does it have to be?
Nice and snug. You don't think you need to grill it on. You just don't want it. I think that's about it.
Snug.
Yeah, I think that's more than snug. So now,
Do you have to put that silicone thing back on?
yeah, but I'm going to.
See if it works first.
I could, but I am going to. I'm going to hit cancel here, and let it cool down, because I want to put all these fans back on correctly. So I'll let it cool down. It's probably not too bad right here, so I can get this guy back on without it needing to be too cold. But yeah, I don't want to mess with that silicone. Stick that silicone on that, when it's 180 degrees Celsius or whatever, that's going to really hurt. Okay. Yeah, see, it's 200 degrees and dropping. Yeah, so I'll let it drop, and I'll come back, and all I'm going to do, I don't think we really need to film this, I'm just going to stick this guy back on. Well, I'm going to stick the silicone back on, stick that back on, and then just load the glow-in-the-dark and probably do a test print of something small, so I know it's working fine, and then start printing out the skull.
Here's a quick video showing the construction of the skull. So the first part, I had a little accident. I accidentally left it on at 61% speed, and so as a result, my time's a little off. So at that speed, it took 4 hours and 55 minutes. But if you do a little bit of math, it looks like had it been running at 100% speed, it should have took roughly about 3 hours to get done. It took 4.4 cents worth of electricity, and it also took 6.99 meters of filament, which at 6 cents per meter comes out to 42 cents in filament. So, all said in total, the total cost is 46 cents to make the lower jaw. And I forgot to say, I'm using 10 cents per kilowatt, and I'm also using, for my filament, I'm estimating that a 1 kilogram filament costs about $20 and has 333 meters in the roll, which comes out to about 6 cents per meter. Okay, now the second part. The second part took 7 hours and 56 minutes, and it took 6.7 cents worth of electricity, and also took 19.74 meters of filament, which is $1.18 worth of filament, and the total price on this part was $1.24, and so if you add that together, which I forgot to do, was it $1.60? $1.24 plus 46 cents, that's $1.30, $1.70. $1.70 to make the skull, if I did the math right. Okay, and I think it's pretty cool. Now, one thing you'll notice in this time lapse at the end of this, on the upper jaw, it started to wobble, and so I actually had to go in there and hold it, and so the very tip of the nose kind of got messed up. If I had to print this again, I think I probably would maybe glue it down a little bit. Maybe that might help it hold to the base a little bit better. Also, as it gets towards the top, I think I would run it slower. So once it starts hitting the teeth, maybe run it at 30%. And just let it gently get up there, because I think it just got too high, and something happened and it jerked and it kind of forced that skull off. But otherwise, I'm pretty satisfied. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so it finally printed out, and one of the cool things, looks like it actually attaches on the bottom, kind of squeezing in a little bit there, and it kind of hooked in, so that's kind of cool. So what do you think?
I think it's cool.
You think it's cool? And the cool thing is it glows in the dark too, right?
Mm-hmm.
We should probably get an action shot of that glow in the dark. I'll have to do that real quick. But we did have a couple of issues. So if you come over here, there was something in the filament. I don't know, there's one line that's just darker. Not exactly what happened. Was there impurities in the filament? I'm not sure. But then as you watch the time-lapse videos, another problem, as it got to the top, it started to shake a little bit back and forth, and it got broken off. And so I actually was trying to hold on to it for the last 10 or 15 minutes to try to get this nose right. And the nose is it was really kind of goobered up. But you have to get really close to tell, so for now, we'll keep it. And I did try to print another one out. I tried to print one out at this angle, but then the teeth ended up all messed up. So I think the idea is, since he's got this flat part here, it is to print like that, but maybe go slower. Maybe put some glue down. I don't know. But we'll call it good for now. So I don't know. You can kind of see that line, but that glows pretty good. Just had in the sun for a few minutes. hey, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, hey, give it a thumbs down. Also, if you like what we're doing here, subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button. And lastly, have a piece of info to share? Just post a comment.